for tuning in to Meet the Shoe. I am Sade,
I'm Nina.
and we have our lovely Berta, my friend. She's gonna talk today about breast cancer awareness and the signs you may have or you may not have. Everyone's different, but to make sure you ladies are just getting your physicals, having checking your breasts as often as you can, even if you're in the shower. There's a routine you can use, while you're in the shower to check your breasts or laying down in the bed when it's time for you to go to bed. Check for any lumps or anything like that, anything swollen, lymph nodes under your arms or something. But she will tell her story and let you guys know what happened in her case, and what's going on with her after the fact. Thank you, Roberta.
You're welcome.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. Well, with the breast cancer, I didn't have no signs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just went for my regular routine checkup
Mm-hmm.
for a mammogram, and they called me back to come back in for another one
Okay.
because they must have seen something. So I had to go back a few days later. And I did that, and then they did a biopsy and sent it off.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came back that it was cancer.
Okay. Now, do you have anyone in your family that has it?
No cancer in my family at all.
Really?
Do you have children?
Yes, I have 3.
Okay. So, do you have any girls?
My daughter, she's the youngest.
Okay.
So now they told her that she would have to get checked at early age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
So probably starting in her 30s
Okay.
that she would.
So, when you found out that the test came back positive that you had it, what did you go through at that time? What was going on in your life at that
Right.
time that you were able to handle that news?
I can kind of smile about it now, but I thought it was the end of the world, honestly.
Right.
Aw.
Right.
Because you get that news and you don't expect that it's you,
Mhm.
that it would be you.
Right.
So when he told me, I immediately asked for a second opinion.
Okay.
So that's when they sent me to Mayo and did the test in there, and it still was the same.
Okay.
I was in my first stage, but I was at grade 3. It was
Okay.
very aggressive.
Okay.
Wow.
So they did the surgery.
Could you tell us the difference between, you got stages and grades. What's the difference with the
The
stage?
stages is like 1 is at the beginning. It goes
Okay.
1 through 4.
Okay.
Okay.
The grade go through 1 through 3, and I was at 3
Oh, 3.
Wow.
right away.
Did they tell you how long you had it without you knowing?
No,
They didn't know.
they didn't know.
Wow. So, a person that has cancer, can you let the viewers know, what are you going through after being told? Because technically, we don't, no one knows until
Right.
the
Until you
doctor
do it.
tells them. Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know really what to do. It's just you go to the doctors when they tell you to come and basically go from there.
Okay.
I found out the first week in April,
Mhm.
and they did my testing
Okay.
at Mayo,
Mhm.
and then right away, the beginning of May,
Mhm.
I had my surgery to remove the lump.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So then I waited for a few weeks after that for my chemo because my son got married.
Oh.
So I didn't want to be going through what I had to go through
Mhm.
with that before the wedding.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we got done with that with the surgery.
Mhm.
Actually, the day after my birthday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they did that. They did the surgery,
Mhm.
recovered from that, and maybe 3 weeks later,
Okay.
he started the chemo,
Mhm.
which that drains you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Really?
God, it drains you. You feel bad, nauseated, and it was like the worst feeling for me
Mm-hmm.
because I was allergic to the needle. I guess the medicine or whatever.
Okay.
So they had to take it out this arm. I got marks on this arm. Take it out this arm. Got marks on that arm.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had to have a port put in.
Okay.
So it was rough.
Right. Okay. And at the time, are you married?
No.
No. So at the time, were you in a relationship?
Yes.
And how did your mate deal with what you were going through? Like, did you get support? Or?
Yeah, I got support. Actually, we found out on his birthday.
Whoa.
On y'all's birthday, I should say.
Wow.
But yeah, it was rough.
Okay.
I think I probably cried for 2 weeks straight because you don't know what they expect.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So you just go through all these changes and listen to this doctor and that doctor and yeah.
So since the incident, how have you recovered from, like, what the bad news versus now you're learning how to, deal with things?
For the most part, I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm.
But with the radiation and chemo, it damaged my stem cells.
Oh.
So my blood and platelets are low.
Okay.
So now they got me going through testing for leukemia.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
hopefully that it won't be
Right.
positive. But
Right.
for the most part, I'm doing good.
So
Okay.
for the
Amen.
viewers, what's the difference between radiation and chemo?
Chemo is basically like a drip
Okay.
that they IV or whatever they put in your arm, and the radiation is the actual laser type machine that they put on the wherever you have the cancer.
Okay,
Mine
so
was
it's
in
right
my
in the area.
breast, so
Okay.
they just did that area
Okay.
to I guess burn out any cells or whatever that
Right.
might come.
Does that hurt or does
No.
it? You don't feel anything with the
You don't
radiation?
feel anything.
Okay.
With that.
And so the chemo first and then the radiation.
Yes.
Okay.
And
And that.
with that, you don't feel anything.
Okay.
It's like they taking an X-ray or something, and they do all sides and go home. It probably lasts a good 5 minutes.
Wow.
I just don't understand. They give you one drug, but then it gets rid of one ailment, but then you along the way you can pick up another ailment. I mean, it's like no ending battle. You know what I mean?
Never-ending battle.
You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying? Yeah. So it's like, oh.
Yeah, because you think everything is done. You be like, okay, blood work and all that, and doing good, and then next thing you know, I just found out last year that my blood work, my platelets were low, and I had cancer 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's been 2 years.
Right. So ever since then, it's been low, and they thought it was gonna get better,
Okay.
and it's not getting better.
Right.
Okay.
So,
So they found anything else?
no, I'm seeing a blood specialist.
Okay, good.
At hematology at Mayo.
Okay.
Try to figure out things and where to go.
Right. Okay. So, do you deal with other women that, do you have like a group that support group that you're connected to, or no? So you just basically dealing with it on your own?
It's mainly me and my kids. I mean, it was a lot of people I didn't even tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people didn't know until a year and a half later.
Okay. And so why do you think that when people, when that happens to us, that you do like stay secluded? Is it a part of, someone told me before that it's like you have an independence thing, and so you don't want anyone to feel sorry for you.
Yes.
But at the same time, the ones that care about you and love you, they want to understand, not necessarily like pity, right? But you want to be able to understand so they will prevent, what you're going through, right? And so I just always look to people that, they experience trauma, because, I have too. But when you're going through a situation, nobody understands it
The way you
the way you
understand.
do. Yeah, yeah.
That is so true. We just, me and my oldest son, we're real close.
Okay.
So we just kind of say, well, we'll just keep it amongst just the family. A lot of people in my family didn't even know. It was
Okay.
just mainly me and my kids.
Okay.
Because I know my kids is always there. And
Right.
I can't hide anything from them.
Right.
So
Right.
I had to tell them, and we didn't want to tell this person and tell that person. Like you said, people feel sorry for you. And it's, the more they talk about it and say, well, what about this? What about that? You just don't want the stress.
Right, right. And then to constantly keep asking the questions,
Questions.
answering the questions, and
And you're going through enough already, so you don't want to have to keep explaining it or whatever. And like you said, it's an independence thing. I mean,
right.
been taking care of myself for so long.
Yeah.
I just didn't want anybody.
Right.
And now I know yours was like a silent diagnosis. What other, like, did the doctor explain to you? Some people might find out through other ways, like they may feel a lump, or they may have dizzy spells, or anything, something wrong with their body.
That's why they always tell you to check your body and check for lumps. And
Would that be the first sign though, like a lump?
I guess it's different for everybody. But like I said, I didn't feel no lump. Maybe because mine was so deep down in there, I didn't feel a lump. I didn't have no symptoms. I wasn't sick. None of that. It just so happened I had to go get my mammogram, and that's what they found. Which I'm glad they found it.
Oh,
early,
Yes, I am too.
sooner than later.
Right.
Exactly.
Because if I was one of those people that didn't go to my doctor's appointments or didn't get my checks for lumps or anything,
Right.
who knows?
What
it would have been
happened.
too late.
Yeah. I mean, that's sometimes the case, because a lot of us don't know our bodies. A lot of us don't go to the doctor. You don't get yourself checked out. And I've seen a person going to stage 3 and stage 4, and it's like kind of too late then, you know.
Yes. Stay on your doctor appointments and your mammogram.
Yeah.
Check for lumps.
And what is the difference between, because like I'll check for lumps, right? And do this, and then lay down and, do it. But we have lumps in us already, and so then the doctor will tell you, oh, it's nothing.
Right.
It's what it's supposed to be there.
Better safe than sorry.
Right.
Right.
You can check it, and if you feel that something's there, go to the doctor.
Right.
But I'd rather let the doctor tell me it's nothing than me to try to guess on myself and say, no, that's nothing.
Right. Okay.
Be just that thing that, okay, now you have cancer.
Right.
Because you thought it was nothing.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. You have any grandkids?
I have one.
Okay.
I know.
A daughter.
She's so
A
cute.
granddaughter, yeah.
Yes.
Yep, have one. So that's what my time been going to now. My granddaughter.
Right.
And pretty much just staying at home with her and babysitting.
Okay.
That's the best thing ever.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I just thank you for coming on and
Right.
giving the people, an opportunity to hear your story. Especially, there's so many people that deal with cancer. They don't like to talk about it, And then there's so many of us that, are scared of, I wouldn't say I'm scared of the doctor, but I get scared as I get older
Yeah.
on what they're going to say.
Exactly.
Right, what they're gonna find, pretty much.
Yes, especially dealing with blood pressure. I have blood pressure, and so I try to eat right, do different things, but then you're used to your norm. So it's like, okay, no, I know I shouldn't be eating that caramel cooler today. And then I want a donut later, and all these different things. Sugar that really hurts our body, but we still want it,
Right. Because you grew up with it. And
Right.
Exactly.
You're watching, you're doing your norm of what's in front of you, So yeah, we definitely appreciate you for coming on today and giving us a heads up about mammograms. I mean, and I think, for real, I think that women should be getting mammograms at 20.
Right,
But they
really
don't
young,
give
they
them
don't.
to us until we're 40. So it's
That don't
almost
make
like,
sense.
is it like a setup? You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you have it in your family, cancer
Yes.
in your family.
Yes.
They should check a lot sooner.
Yes, and even with the young teenage girls, because they'll have things wrong, but they won't know or say anything. They don't know to say nothing because you're just going by your regular norm, right? But they now check girls young for cervical cancer,
Right,
right?
yes. Yes,
When they get that first check from the doctor, right? But it's usually only by the request of the parent. Yeah. So I thank you definitely
you so
for
much.
coming on and giving us, enlightenment on cancer. Yeah.
So,
Yes, it's
what
well.
can you tell the viewers what to do and who to get in contact with, or is there any groups that a person can go to for the support?
It's all kind of groups online for support. But you can have support right in your family.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's mainly where mine's come from, family. But make sure you just go to all your doctor's appointments, check your body. That's better safe than sorry for the doctor to tell you nothing's wrong.
Right.
Then you just guessing.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Always stay on your doctor appointments.
Okay.
So, we're going to wrap up.
Yeah. Well, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Meet the Shoe.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Inside the skyline.